for her from there, but it's a pity that she's no more.
I am very much sure that the company Morrison Group will find it difficult to replace the presence of Ejoma, but I pray God knows best. Like the preacher said, God has given, God has taken, He knows best. May our soul rest in gentle peace.
We can't question God, but we thank God for the short life she lived. He made us know her, came in contact with her. We pray she rests in the bosom of the Lord while we meet to part no more at Jesus' feet. Thank you.
She told me, Choma, I'm fine. The surgery is successful. Reaching first, she said, Choma, don't worry, I'm coming your same fault. I was hoping to see her, only for me to call on the second, and somebody said she cannot talk now. I started praying for her from there, but it's a pity that she's no more.
Unfortunately, death is one thing that you cannot even question. Like I always ask people, say, not even question. Like I always ask people, say, how the death they be self. It's only one who dies who know how the death is. But for we here, Ijoma is one injury that, as far as I'm concerned, can never be healed.
I just want to thank God wherever she is. She should have peace for her spirit.
When I heard that about her death, it was a a blow below my belt. You know, I felt it at my core. I can't take it away. I just pray that
Rotary Club of Transamadi Port Harcourt hosted one of her prestigious academic competitions in Africa, the Spelling Bee, the 8th and 23rd primary and secondary edition respectively, with the theme The Spelling Bee Project since 2011. The maiden edition was aimed at achieving an academic platform where the primary and secondary schools across Nigeria will compete and perform well in English, aptitude test ability, and to further extend the Rotary Club of Transamadi to other like NGOs as a contribution to humanity and the educational industry. Highlights of the events include cash prize, laptop, computers, spelling and teaching aids, amongst others.
Marquis. Okay, that is incorrect. Marquis is spelled M-A-R-Q-U-E-E. Put your hands together for her. Spell the word Mugwump.
Pronounce it again.
Mugwump.
Mugwump. It's not definition.
A person who acts independently or remains neutral, especially in politics.
Mugwump. It's not definition.
The Mugwump.
What again?
Not to call.
Is it not called?
A black and a brand new HP laptop. Okay, you can give us music for the winner.
My message to those is that thank you for all these things they did for me. It's easy to be the winner. You have to work efforts to be the winner. You have to believe in God. I'm from Jamaica International. My message to those.
Speaking to Atlantic Television Network News, participants at the event said that the competition has helped in adding more to their learning ability.
My message to those is that thank you for all these things they did for me. It's not easy to be the winner. You have to work efforts to be the winner. You have to believe in God. I'm from Jamaica International School. It's on my own. Because I'm not that is selfish. And my message to the Rotary Club is that more grace to them. May God bless them and may they continue to flourish among their equals. Thank you.
So I'm very happy to be part of this edition of Rotary Club of Transamara. At this spelling bee primary category. It was very exciting. A project like this costs a lot of money. So I want to thank them very well and pray that God will continue to bless them and they will excel in everything they do.
Earlier, chairman of the Spelling Bee Committee of the Rotary Club of Transamadi, Emma Nwoke, said that one of the major challenges faced was funding and further called for more sponsorship, especially from the state government.
It is a major event or project that we've been executing for 13 years now. And over time, our major challenge has been funding. Because all these years, it's a club that has actually been sponsoring the competition. Apart from this year and 3 years ago that we got support from Nigerian LNG Limited. But apart from those 2 years, the funding of the project has been from members of the club, and it has been a very big burden for us. We made several attempts to see how the state governments will come in to assist in sponsoring the project, but it has not been fruitful. You know, because of the scope of the spelling bee competition, it's a competition that 500 primary and secondary schools every year. So the logistics for the competition is really very massive. We are looking forward to a time when Rivers State government will actually come in to partner with us to make the competition bigger and better for the students of
Rivers State ethnic youth leaders has urged the caretaker committee chairman of the All Progressive Congress in the state, Chief Tony Okocha, to focus on resolving internal conflicts within the party rather than criticizing Governor Siminalayi Fubara's administration. The group led by Dr. Lebosi Yamabana criticized Okocha's recent attacks on the governor, describing them as decisive and unwarranted. In the face of Mr. Okocha reacting to the developments on Atlantic Television Network, a public affairs analyst, Solomon Lenu, advised politicians to ensure that they criticize constructively and in good faith for the overall interest of the state and Rivers people at large.
The man, Tony Okocha, as of today, can be best described as a meddlesome interloper.
How so?
And the reason is because, not that criticism is bad. Of course, as a Rivers indigene, he's also a stakeholder in the scheme of things. But then if you look at the activities of Tony Okocha and the things that he has been saying and doing, are they born out of good faith? Is he doing what he's doing because he honestly wants the progress of Rivers State, or he is doing what he's doing because he's holding brief for someone who is using him as a surrogate to destabilize the government of Rivers State? So these are the questions that we need to ask and then get answer to it before we now know where we can properly, place or categorize Tony Okocha. For instance, we all know the political imbroglio that is going on in Rivers State that has not abated until this moment. Of course, on the 18th of December, after a protracted crisis between the governor, and the immediate past governor, now FCT minister, they went to the FCT, to meet with Mr. President, who reeled out what some people had called a death warrant, to the governor of Rivers State as a form of resolution. And then ever since then, Tony Okocha has elected himself to be the harbinger of distraction to the government of Rivers State. And then, if you also look at where his political affinity lies today, which is to the FCT minister, and then juxtapose it with what the FCT minister said, at the height of this crisis in December, early December, during the Rivers State judicial legal opening of the judicial legal year here in Rivers State, where the FCT minister said that, look, that I know that the crisis that is going on, I may not win, I may not be able to remove you in office. But one thing I can do, and I will do perfectly well, is to make sure that I make this state ungovernable for you.
There's still more news, but don't forget you can connect with us and watch us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. On X, formerly Twitter, we're on Atlantic TV Network, Atlantic TV Net, and watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. On to news from Bayelsa State. The governor, Mr. Doye Diri, says the current economic hardship facing the country resulting from inflation was caused by the policies of the federal government. The governor, who disclosed this while addressing members of the Nigerian Labour Congress in the states at the government house, Yenagoa, during the nationwide high cost of living protest, said he was not insulated from the economic crisis, adding that ongoing development projects undertaken by his administration were attracting variation costs from contractors to reflect the current inflationary surge. Diri, however, told the protesting workers that he was convinced President Bola Tinubu did not deliberately inflict misery and poverty on the citizenry, as some tough decisions usually bring about good things. Residents of Aba, Abia State are jubilating the availability of 48 hours of uninterrupted power supply following the installation of the geometric power plant. This is coming after President Bola Tinubu launched the geometric power plant in Aba 20 years after the project was initiated by a former Minister of Power, Bath Naji. The governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, said the project was a result of the power to dream, saying that with the power project in Aba, the city is now open to national and international businesses. Theophilus Ude, a 70-year-old man, has been arrested by the police for allegedly killing his son Sunday over a food-related dispute in Eziama, Lokbako, Umuniochi local government area of the state. According to the state police public relations officer ASP Maureen Chinaka, the incidents occurred on February 25, 2024 and was reported to the Divisional Police Headquarters in Uswachi on February 26, 2024. Speaking on the development on Atlantic Television Society Watch, a public affairs analyst, Thompson Okochi, condemned the act and said he was further blaming the incidents on the looming hardship and hunger across the country. Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, has alleged that some of the state vigilante operatives work hand in hand with the criminals in the communities and are sabotaging the government's effort to tackle insecurity. Soludo accused the personnel of the state-based security outfit of entering into a covenant with some criminal elements, adding that the situation has made the criminals infiltrate the ranks of the security outfit. The governor stated this in Oka during a meeting with the state's traditional rulers and president generals of the communities, adding that the development was why he could not sign the monthly payments of the vigilante operatives, while vowing to hold the traditional rulers and president generals accountable if the vigilante operatives in their communities misbehave. While expressing concerns over the high rates of insecurity and cultism, especially in Ihiala area, the governor reiterated that his government spends more priority on security infrastructure in Ihiala compared to any other local government area in the state, adding that the central agenda of the meeting was security, environmental, and community development. For membership of the Central Bank of Nigeria Board of Directors, Urum Kalu Eke has declined the offer, stating that he was currently engaged in the World Bank. This came during the plenary when the Senate began the process for the confirmation of the nominees, and this is coming when President Bola Tinubu had on February 13th forwarded the names of Urum and 4 others for confirmation as members of the board of the CBN. But during the confirmation, former governor of Abia State, Senator Oji Uzokalo, told the Senate that the person who in his constituents had called on the phone to reject the offer, adding that it would conflict with his person. Meanwhile, the Senate has confirmed the appointment of 4 other members of the Board of Directors of the CBN, forwarded to it by the President, while those confirmed that Professor Murtala Sabo Sagagi and Mrs. Muslima Olanike Aliyu. The confirmation was sequel to the consideration of a report of the screening of the nominee presented by the chairman, Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions by the chairman, Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, representing APC in the Lagos East. The committee did not clear Urum Kalu AK from Abia because he failed to appear before the committee for screening. The Lagos State government has sworn in 5 newly appointed permanent secretaries. Speaking at the swearing-in ceremony held at Banquet Hall, Governor's Office, Al-Lausa Secretariat, State Head of Service, Bode Agoro, said the appointees were selected from a pool of directors who participated in the 2022 merit-based screening exercise for the permanent secretary's appointment, adding that it was the second swearing-in he coordinated since he assumed office as his 22nd head of service. He listed the newly appointed permanent secretaries as Permanent Secretary, Office of Infrastructure, Somide Ayodele, Permanent Secretary, Office of Drainage Services, Adebite Lakunde, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Emmanuel Audu, and Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, Mrs. Oki Morenike. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has declared that his government will move in to subsidize land clearing for farmers across the state with an initial sum of 600 million naira. This was made known during a meeting with the officials of the Ministry of Agriculture, Agriculture Credit Corporation of Oyo State, and Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, adding that the farmers are now expected to pay 15,000 naira instead of 30,000 naira for land clearing, while the government will pay the balance. He also said the state had disbursed 1 billion naira to smallholder farmers through the Sustainable Action for Economic Recovery, and declared that the ACOS loan support to farmers will no longer require a civil servant as guarantor, stating that farm associations will now guarantee the members to have access to the loan, stressing that his administration had done well in trying to support the process of food security, with data showing that the state had made progress in terms of food production. Suspected bandits have abducted scores of worshippers in one of the mosques in Safe town, the headquarters of Safe local government area of Zamfara state. Eyewitnesses said everybody scampered for safety, but the bandits blocked everywhere and warned that they would kill anybody who tried to run away, and maintained that the bandits left the motorcycles far away from the mosque so that the worshippers would not notice their movement. He also said the mosque was full to capacity when the bandits attacked the place, and very few people escaped. About 9 people are confirmed dead of the Lassa fever in Benue State in the past 2 months. The state's epidemiologist, Dr. Sam Ngishe, who disclosed this, said that the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention said it had recorded 2,621 suspected Lassa fever cases and 84 deaths with a case fatality rate of 18.6%. According to Ngishe, 46 people, including the health workers and internally displaced people, have been hit by the dreaded disease across the states, adding that 4 cases were found among the internally displaced persons at Ortese IDP camp in Guma local government area of the state. Dr. Ngishe also said that the disease has spread to 7 of the 23 local government areas of the state, and identified the affected council areas to include Obi, Opoku, Gwer East, Makodi, Guma, Gwer East, and Gwer West, and Ukum. 2 kidnappers have turned themselves in and confessed their involvement in kidnapping activities in Taraba State. Meeting with local hunter leaders, they expressed remorse and declared their intention to abandon their criminal past. Gaya, while recounting his journey into kidnapping, said that he was driven by fear after discovering he was listed as a suspect, and for his life he sought refuge with a friend already affiliated with a kidnapping gang operating around Jalingo, Kona, and Lakambiri mountains. He described the horrors he witnessed, including the mistreatment of victims, as his primary motivation for repentance. Amadu admitted to joining a kidnapping gang in the Mayo Renewo area of Adokola Council, but despite his involvement in multiple abductions incidents, he realized the gravity of his actions and decided to turn his life around. Babangida Kwamando, leader of the local Hunters Association, welcomed the repentant individuals, affirming that the association stands on rehabilitation and emphasized their commitment to providing a path for former criminals to reintegrate into society. Kwamando also said repentant criminals undergo a solemn oath on the Holy Quran, pledging to abstain from illegal activities before being accepted into the Hunters Association, while the decision by Gaze and Amadu to renounce their criminal past and join the fight against banditry and kidnapping has sent a hopeful message to communities grappling with insecurity in the state. Gombe State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of two suspects, Bashiru Haruna and Muhammad Isa. A statement issued by Deputy Public Relations Officer ASP Sharif Saad. The suspects were arrested for criminal conspiracy and adulteration of food items, stressing that the suspects were arrested for deliberately mixing 57 bags of rice with chaff before credible intelligence helped police navigate unsuspecting members of the public. The Commissioner of Police, Usman, advised the public to be wary of criminal elements and be vigilant when buying grains in sacks to avoid falling prey to such scams, while assuring all the peace-loving people of Gombe State that the police will continue to strive for better service delivery in the performance of its constitutional responsibilities of the protection of lives and properties, maintenance of law and order, and investigation and prosecution of offenders. You have been watching Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. We will be back after this short break. Please stay tuned.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN. From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
you human trafficking.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Good to have you back on Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network, right here in the city of Port Harcourt. And now to the rest of our stories. Operatives of the Federal Capital Territory Command of the Nigerian Police have arrested 3 suspects who specialize in car snatching and robbery in Abuja and its environs. The arrested suspects have been identified as David Jr. Godwin, Paul Taju, and Ali Shitu. The FCT Commissioner of Police, CP Ben Igwe, said the suspects are members of a 4-man gang who specialize in interstate car theft and snatching and are responsible for a series of car snatching and disappearances of several Hilux vehicles reportedly stolen in the FCT and its environs. He also said a master key and a total of 9 vehicles were recovered from the suspects, while the suspects confessed to the crime and are currently helping the police to apprehend other gang members. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Labaja, has adopted the importance of Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps in the fight against insurgency and other criminal activities. The Director, Army Public Relations, Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, in a statement said Labaja made the statement while inaugurating facilities at the NAIC headquarters in Asokoro, Abuja, and applauded the officers and soldiers of the corps for their invaluable service to the Army and the nation at large. It tasked officers and men of the corps to continue to work hard towards the actualization and charged the personnel to intensify efforts in discharge of their duties, adding that the corps played a crucial role in the broader framework of national security and intelligence operations. He assured them that he would provide requisite equipment, training, and technology to enhance their effectiveness in gathering, analyzing, and disseminating requisite intelligence, adding that by providing the NAIC with robust support to enable intelligence-driven operations, the Army will effectively surmount security challenges bedeviling the country. The Chairman of Federal Civil Service, Tunji Olaopa, has urged civil servants to embrace professionalism to regulate and restore sanity to Nigerian civil service. A statement by Olaopa, who gave the advice during a meeting with the Deputy President, African Association for Public Administration and Management, Dada Olubenga, in Abuja, said the federal civil service had been thoroughly undermined and that individuals apply for jobs for selfish motives rather than desire for professionalism. He also plans to restore the integrity and professionalism of the service, stressing that professionals must embrace the collective responsibility, adding that professional gatekeepers will be needed to keep impostors out of the federal service. He urged stakeholders to rejuvenate the profession and role of the organizations like NAPAM in facilitating discourse and research projects. The Nigerian Senate has summoned the Minister of Federal Territory, Nyesom Wike, and the FCT Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, over the kidnapping and killing of Chris Agidi, an aide to Senator Ned Nwoko. Nwoko represents Delta North Senatorial District on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. The FCT Police Public Relations Officer, SP Josephine Ade, said the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, had placed a 20 million naira bounty on the suspect. Speaking on the development on Atlantic Television Blowout, a socio-political analyst, Higher King, maintained the summons by the Senate is not a remedy to the lingering insecurity across the country, especially in the FCT.
Insecurity is not just in insecurity is not just in Abuja, it's something that doesn't seem to have an end in sight. It started from Yaradua. From Yaradua, Obasanjo period it was minimal. Before you know it, Yaradua, then Jonathan period he escalated. Buhari promised us that he was going to do something and nothing was done. Nothing actually was done, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So unfortunate. Like in Rivers State now, from what I'm perceiving now, the policemen are even the one that is causing it.
Meanwhile, Higher King urged members of the police force and the military to be more ethical in the discharge of their duties in order to avert operational irregularities in Rivers State.
Like in River State now, from what I'm perceiving now, the policemen are even the one that is causing a threat now. Yeah, policemen in River State, they are also, oh yes, they go with, I've complained this to him before, and I'm complaining again to CP2G of River State. The policemen go with unmarked vehicles. They go with no name tag uniform, but they are armed and they are holding people. When they hold people, they collect. When they take you to a corner, in fact, my assistant pastor, not on that 20 before now, was taken and used POS to collect money. They used to be on our bar road. I will tell you where they used to be. They patrol our bar road. They patrol our bar road. When they patrol our bar road, no number on their vehicle. They use unmarked vehicles, small vehicles. There's another group again that stays at fruit market.
Connected with us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net, and watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Raymond Ken Mbata.
On the line, across the ocean, to the land beyond mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bets on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.